Welcome to Gaze into Cinema. The 1900 Galveston tropical storm remains as a fundamental occasion in American history, forming the direction of catastrophe readiness and reaction. This overwhelming cataclysmic event struck the beachfront city of Galveston, Texas, with remarkable power, making a permanent imprint on the inlet coast and the country at large. In this extensive investigation, we dive into the verifiable setting, meteorological complexities, the prompt repercussions, and the enduring effect of the 1900 Galveston storm, looking at how this misfortune moved progressions in a debacle, the executives, and characterized the flexibility of a local area. At the turn of the 20th hundred years, Galveston was a roaring port city, known as the Money Road of the Southwest because of its monetary importance. Unbeknownst to its occupants, the city was roosted on a weak obstruction island, presented to the flighty forces of the Bay of Mexico. As the city flourished, so did the requirement for viable catastrophe readiness. The mid-1900s denoted a time of industrialization and urbanization in the U.S. However, far-reaching debacle arranging was still in its earliest stages. The 1900 Galveston storm would act as a cruel reminder, uncovering the deficiencies in crisis reaction and laying the foundation for future headways in calamity the board. The 1900 Galveston typhoon started as a hurricane off the bank of Cuba, steadily escalating as it moved into the Bay of Mexico. On September 8, 1900, the tempest made landfall on Galveston Island as a Class 4 storm with wind speeds surpassing 130 miles each hour, 210 kilometers per hour. The tempest flood, exacerbated by the city's low height, immersed the island, prompting far and wide annihilation. The meteorological parts of the tropical storm highlighted the requirement for further developed determining and correspondence. In 1900, meteorological innovation was simple, contrasted with the present guidelines, and the absence of precise expectations added to the phenomenal death toll in Galveston. The quick repercussions of the 1900 Galveston storm was a scene of unrivaled decimation. The tempest flood, assessed to be 15 feet, 4.5 meters, or more, immersed the city, eradicating whole areas and killing thousands. The authority loss of life stays dubious, yet gauges range from 6,000 to 12,000, making it one of the deadliest cataclysmic events in U.S. history. The reaction to the debacle was hampered by the absence of satisfactory framework and readiness. The Galveston seawall, a resulting project, turned into an image of the city's obligation to strength. The tempest prompted the execution of further developed construction standards, framework overhauls, and headways in storm gauging to forestall such devastating misfortunes later on. The 1900 Galveston tropical storm left a persevering through engrave on the city and the country, catalyzing tremendous changes in misfortune readiness and reaction. Galveston's ensuing development of the seawall, finished in 1904, denoted a notable designing accomplishment intended to safeguard the city from future tempest floods. The American Red Cross, under the authority of Clara Barton, assumed a vital part in giving guide and featuring the requirement for coordinated fiasco aid programs. The fiasco likewise incited a re-examination of the nation's way to deal with storm estimating and correspondence. The U.S. Climate Department, presently the Public Weather Conditions Administration, carried out progressions in climate perception and gauging, laying the preparation for the advanced typhoon following and cautioning frameworks that exist today. The tradition of the 1900 Galveston tropical storm is one of flexibility and illustrations learned. Galveston, regardless of the stunning death toll, rose up out of the misfortune with an assurance to revamp and safeguard against future catastrophes. The city's obligation to strength, exemplified by the seawall, fills in as a demonstration of human flexibility, notwithstanding nature's fierceness. The fiasco likewise ignited a more extensive public discussion about catastrophe readiness. Galveston impacted crisis reaction techniques and approaches, adding to the foundation of the government crisis. The board organization, FEMA, in 1979. The 1900 Galveston typhoon hence turned into an essential second in the development of calamity, the executives in the U.S. The 1900 Galveston typhoon stays a pivotal occasion in American history, enlightening the weaknesses of beachfront networks and highlighting the critical for viable fiasco readiness. From the obliteration arose a city and a country that, through strength and learning, changed misfortune into a chance for progress. The tradition of Galveston's reaction to the typhoon perseveres, helping us to remember the ongoing significance of proactive measures even with cataclysmic events. Thanks you for watching.